What have you seen from him? Protections, everything.
I didn't think that our tackles could get bigger than they were last year, right? And this guy, man, he walks in the room. He has to duck in every doorway he walks in. And usually you see a big guy like that, and they're not as quick. They don't have that burst. But man, he has such a burst, and he's a Super Bowl champ. He played left tackle, Super Bowl champ. That's pretty impressive, right? With not a lot of chips, not a lot of help, right? And so him coming out here, it really is like, man, all of these guys are like, man, that's the best signing. Then you're like, but he's the best signing. And it's a really good feeling on offense when you look around and the guys that we added are like, it's not just young guys you're hoping like, yeah, we'll get it. Like these guys are proven players that will solidify that spot for us. It's pretty exciting.
How much do you then put on yourself? Because this guy added, this guy added, this guy added.
Oh,
now
man.
they're saying,
Same.
you got all this.
Same every year, man. I'm the same way every year. Like, even if we didn't have that, I'd be the same way. Like, the fact that we added them, my mindset hasn't changed because I've said it 1,000 times before. Just because of that, if I need to do something different, I'm not doing it right in the first place, right? And Coach Gruden wouldn't allow that, and none of my coaches prior would allow that, right? And so, I mean, it is what it is, man. It's the NFL, man. We got to win. We got to win this year. Like, no one cares about what's after this. Like, we got to win now, and that's what's cool about this team is the expectation. It's not just coming from one person. We had a little leaders meeting called by somebody else. We had like 12 guys in there. And the thing was, everybody saying like, man, us right here, man, the expectation, just listening to them. I didn't even have to say that. I just listened. And the expectation, the belief is different out of the voices I'm hearing than what it used to be.
Like you said, he's a Super Bowl champion. How is he helping establish the new culture that you guys?
I'm sorry, who?
Trent Brown.
Yeah. He just comes in and works, man. He's real quiet, real quiet, but he's a great guy when you talk to him. But any of those young guys, those O-line guys, man, you just watch that guy, and you're like, oh yeah, he works, everything's social media nowadays. You watch the guy on Instagram, he's working, grinding every day. Went with that coach, that does some stuff for O-line only. I mean, they're pushing, thousands of pounds of truck, like this dude's a mauler, So I think if you take a step back and you look at what Coach Gruden did last year, and you look at what Mr. Mayock is doing through the draft and free agency, it's like these guys that come in, it's all about being a leader, working your tail off, and being a good dude. Every single one of those guys is that, and so, man, it's going to be fun, but we got to go prove it. But he's going to help for sure.
Derek, you're pretty optimistic coming to camp every year, but because of those moves that you talked about and being in the second year in John's system,
yeah.
Is it at a different level this year in terms of what you think can be done?
Yeah, what I know and what I share is two different things sometimes, right? There's some things. There's never been a time in my life where I took the field and thought we were going to lose, right? Never. What's different about this year is the guys that we added. You can tell if you just sat back and watched us practice. You watch people communicate. The little details, pre-snap, you watch our defense communicate. It's just different. It's professional. It's how it's supposed to be, right? And we're laying a foundation that hopefully, we want to turn around and win 16 games, just like everybody in camp right now, right? Last to first, right? That's everyone's goal. But what we're doing right now is laying a good foundation with good, solid people. And in my heart, I definitely believe that they believe we can win. You know what I'm saying? That what they think is, we could beat everybody, right? And when you get to feel that throughout the whole team and that goes out into the other meeting rooms, not just the quarterback saying it every day, that carries way more weight,
Derek, sorry if someone asked you, I couldn't really hear, but obviously first day with the full squad, a lot of new faces. What's your first impressions of some of the new faces here at camp that you got to see that?
Yeah, we talked about Trent and how awesome he is. We'll see. You guys will see AB soon enough. He's fine. We'll see him soon enough and how awesome he is. But I think we got to see Tyrell today make some plays down the field. And just having that threat, even if it is contested, he's really good at making that play. Still giving him a chance, and it's not just like, long foul ball, right? It's like every time the ball's thrown in his direction, there's a chance for a big play or a penalty. And then you go, I can talk about everybody off the top of my head, but then the rookies, even The guy I just love, man, is Farrell. Oh, my goodness, man, that guy works his absolute butt off. If it doesn't, we don't know if he can play football yet, right? We all believe he can, but we don't know. But if you sit there and you talk to him and you watch him, if it doesn't work out for him, it won't because he didn't try or he didn't care. That won't be the reason, and you can win with that.
You said that you guys worked out together in the summer. How important is it to establish that early chemistry with some of these new guys?
Yep. One thing for me is, again, it feels is kind of like one of them deja vu moments. We've talked about something, add new guys with chemistry, standing right here in the same spot. But one thing that I've learned over the years is creating timing, creating that development, throwing the ball even way earlier than I even think I should, because that'll make it even more accurate for those guys going forward, right? And so one thing that we did, we spent a lot of time in the offseason, more than I have with other guys in the past. These receivers, man, I tell you what, they didn't wait for me to text them. That was something that was pretty cool to me. You know what I'm saying? They are showing up at my house. They're showing up at Bakersfield of all places. They're like, hey, where are you gonna be? I'm gonna be in Bakersfield. You're more than welcome to come get the work. And we get 10 guys there, and we do a 2-day mini camp, right? And just stuff like that just it shows you the kind of people that Coach and Mr. Mayock are bringing in. It shows you that they just love football. Even when we were doing that little mini camp in Bakersfield, it was like 180 degrees. They're like, man, I just can't wait to play football again. You can just, they don't care that it's hot. They don't care that they're tired that I just made them run 200 plays. They're like, man, I can't wait to put the pads on. So you get those kind of people that just love it that much and aren't worried about the other little stuff. It's pretty cool.
You're talking about Tyrell really making contested catches. AB is one of the best making contested catches. When you guys have guys like that, does it change the calculus for you and what a good throw is? And allow you to take more chances?
Yeah, I think it changes the calculus for y'all what's a good throw. You know what I mean? Like, if I throw one of them and it's incomplete, I'm like, who knows, But these guys will make some of the worst throws look really good, If you underthrow a ball a little bit, AB and Tyrell, they're kind of good at just adjusting and making it perfect because they understand where the defender is, the coverage, that kind of stuff. And so, absolutely it helps, And in my mind, I can take more chances, Trust me, we learn a lot of stuff about everybody out here on the practice field every year. You learn what you can get away with. You learn what you can't with certain guys. And so's Coach. And Coach is in my ear, hey, get 16 that ball. He's one get him the ball. Throw that thing up to him. Give him that chance. And we're going to put it on his shoulders to go make those plays, and that's what he wants, right? Any receiver will tell you they want that, but they got to prove it out there. And he's proven it to, for Coach Gruden to say, hey, you guys got free will, to a certain extent, depending on who he's talking to, right? But we get Tyrell, we get AB out there, man, let's get him the ball, right? And so that timing, that work, all those things will lead to, I see why you threw it to him there, even if it doesn't work out.
Derek, coming in times on deep throws, the receivers today, I think it was one to Tyrell with the gap. Do you think that is a positive sign on the first day of camp, especially just because of all the changes that have gone on with the group?
Yes, those are the hardest throws to get timing on, is the deeper routes, right? Some guys don't adjust to the ball as well. Some guys want the ball thrown a little bit different. Some guys just don't care, right? So that's even harder, right? But great thing about these guys is they communicate, and they have time on task of proving like what they do well. And so that makes it easier for me too when I watch film. Like sometimes you don't even need to ask them. They have so much time on film and doing it consistently, doing it every day on practice and doing it every day in the games. We're like, I know what they need. So being able to hit those early does two things. Most importantly, it backs our DBs up so they don't cheat during training camp. And then secondly, it's good for everyone to see the timing of those throws, making sure I'm not taking too many hitches, making sure the ball's out of my hands so the O-line, can do their thing. And that will open up, Coach Gruden, our little quick passing game that he loves, catch and run type stuff. The deep ball and those things, people that can stretch the field will open everything else up for those guys to work inside.
A couple more, guys.
Tyrell and Antonio, obviously they're very different players, but they're also very different as people. They have totally different temperaments. Tyrell's a little bit more low-key, you could say. As their quarterback, what's that like to get the feel for them as people, and how does that influence how you communicate with them when it comes to a certain moment in the game where you want to talk about it on the sideline?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. So the cool thing about these two receivers, which I'm going to say it the right way, right? The cool thing about these two guys is that they do something, I can go to them and say, don't do that like that. I need it like this. And their instant reaction is no problem. Like, yeah, I got you. My bad. That's their initial reaction. It's not like, no, I'm gonna do it this way. Just throw it. You know, it's none of that. It's I got your back. Yes, no problem. And what that does is it opens the communication for both sides. You know, they can come to me and say, hey, on this route, man, if you can put it right here, man, that'd be great. I got you, man. My fault. You know, no problem. And we can hold each other accountable, and it's really cool, you know. And the other thing with their temperaments is AB doesn't get enough credit for how he is. You know what I mean? He is a little bit like Tyrell, but he is also, everyone watches him on Instagram and thinks he's just loud and all that. Man, that guy just works his tail off. He'll do anything you ask him to do, right? And he's a great friend. He's always great with my kids. My kids have probably thrown in more balls than I have, right? You know, and that's the stuff people don't know about him. But both of them, great people. Both of them work their tail off. Both of them, I can go to them directly and say, I need you to do it like this, because they both know, man, if I'm comfortable, man, he's going to throw it, you know? If I have to tweak a route, who cares, man? He's going to throw it to me. You know, that's all they want at the end of the day. But I think that relationship right there, especially with these guys, and me getting better at it, right? Me getting better at talking with my receivers and demanding from them and things like that. It has raised it's raised all of our games a little bit. It's helped our offense a little bit because I can challenge them, they can challenge me, and we take it and we just go. And I think just having Coach Gruden around too has made me a little more testy, I guess.
As a follow-up to that, are you better equipped in year 2 of an offense to have these sorts of conversations of this is what I want than you would have been maybe last year if these guys were here then?
Yeah, and I tried my best, you know, to be 100% ready, and I felt like I had it down and mastered. But you come back the second year and you're like, my goodness, like. What I kid you not, our day one install is like this, and the rest of them were like this. You know, last year it was the opposite. You know what I mean? Like we're running everything. Like we're putting everything in. We're running jet sweep. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're throwing it down the field. Quick game runs that way. Check this. Do that. We're audibling with rookies in there, undrafted guys who'll never get first team reps in the preseason. Man, get in there and you got to be able to do it, right? Coach Gruden's all about that. So, yeah, it's a little bit different though.
Last question, guys.
Scramble more this year? Do you want to
Yes.
that?
Yes, I need to do it better, and it's something that we all know too. Especially, what's up, Dingo? We know, especially in the second year of a system, it's easier. You can get through progressions faster. Like in my head, I can eliminate things versus certain coverages, and I can then get out and extend it. Whereas last year, I'm trying to do it so perfect, right? And we had too many sacks and things like that. We're not all on the offensive line, man. That's my fault. I take blame for all of it. So scrambling, absolutely, and something we've worked on a lot. It's something where coach will tell him, he'll go tell the DB, hey, jump this. So he can't throw it. Make me scramble. We had one today in 7-on-7. They told, play it, and I had to get out and scramble. And things like that is something that I've really tried to work hard on, to be honest with you, all off season, because, I feel like I am athletic enough to, do some damage that way, and I haven't done that well enough, and I plan on doing that.
Injuries part of it the last few years, like maybe not doing as much because injuries were maybe back in mind, or not so much?
You know me, man. I'll let you talk about it.
Am I the best receiver you played with?
James, you're the best, bro. You're the best, bro. James Jones, the best receiver of all time. HOF, man. Hey, Booby, get Booby the ball.
Get Booby the ball.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Oh, go ahead. I got you.
A little bit about Hard Knocks being here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you watched as a kid growing up the program.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks, and just what's going to make it so unique this year? Probably be the highest rated show they've had on HBO.
Yeah, to be honest with you, we had some fun with it, man. Coach and I have had a lot of fun with it. They're not in Coach and I's meeting room, so we get to plan some stuff and have some fun with them. But it's been really cool, to be honest with you, because people get to see us in our real environment. People don't get to see Coach Gruden telling some of our rookies how much he loves them. They just see the clips of him, yelling at people and stuff like that, right? They don't get to see me jumping people. They don't get to see me competing and tugging trash and stuff like that. So what I think it does, it opens up the world to show us who we really are, And I think that's a good thing. If you have nothing to hide, then I think it's a good thing. So I've really enjoyed them, honestly. It's been cool. It's not really a distraction, to be honest. There's so many cameras around all the time. Even in meetings, Coach is always filming his presentations. So we're kind of used to it, And so it hasn't been a distraction. It hasn't as much as I thought it would be, It hasn't been at all. And they've been great to work with, and we've really enjoyed it. So I think there's going to be some sound bites on there. It'll be fun, but Coach and I have had some fun with it too.